morning, everybody. I've come on a little bit earlier this morning because I know some of you have trouble linking in. So I'm just going to sit here until I see a few names come up. Hope you're all okay. So like I say, I'm a little bit early. I know it makes it easier. I think there's a few people watching. If you want to comment and say hello, good morning. I'm going to wait until past before we start a meditation. We'll say happy VE Day to everybody. Those of you that might be going out and celebrating at the end of your garden or in your front garden, I hope you have a good time. Such a shame that we've been given this bank holiday to celebrate and we're not really able to, but at least we're all here. At least we're safe and that. We're going to have a lot of partying to do, I think, when this is all over. Okay, so my connection's a bit unstable, so a bit like me, unstable. Those of you that know me, so let's hope it gets settled. I think I'm freezing a little bit now and again, but let's see how we go. A lot of you might be busy out enjoying yourselves today. I'm just wanting to do the meditation later, so I'm just going to carry on because it's on record anyway, so I know you'll all be able to watch it later on. So we give it a few minutes. Looks like I've frozen again. Okay, we don't really need this. Maybe a lot of people are putting things on YouTube because of it being VE Day. Who knows? Or maybe it's just me. I seem to have that effect. Whenever I do the Sunday service for Wimbledon, I get the blame when it all goes wrong. There we are, can't be helped, can it? We're not quite at past yet, so I'm going to give it a few more minutes. If anybody is there and you want to put a comment, I think I've frozen again, so okay. Let's hope this doesn't keep happening. If it does keep happening, whatever happens, I'm going to carry on with the meditation. Even if it says the link's unstable, I will carry on. So I keep looking outside because I can hear people talking outside in their back garden. So I hope you can't hear it from where you are, because I do try and keep it as quiet as possible. Hi, Mary. Okay, she's told Shirl. I think Shirley's having problems with her phone, Mary, isn't she? So hopefully she might be able to catch up on the meditation later. Let's keep our fingers crossed. And I think it probably does her good. I've got some people messaging me on my phone, so nothing exciting. I hope you're doing well, Mary. Not seen you for ages. Don't know if you've got your bunting out in your front garden. I haven't. I wasn't able to get anything, but I know somebody's got a Union Jack flag in the crescent where I live, so that's nice. It's nice to remember, isn't it? I know I'm very proud of my dad. My dad was a rear gunner in the war, in the RAF, and used to go on a lot of private missions and things like that, but he would never ever talk about the war. Very, very rarely. And I'm very proud of him, the same as I'm sure there's so many of us are proud of our parents, grandparents, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today, would we? Well, not where we are today, being stuck indoors, but where England is today. Let's hope this doesn't go on much longer and we can all go out. We're going to have big parties, aren't we, when we go out and we have fun, we enjoy ourselves. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. It's only just past, and I know a lot of people come on They're on the dot, but my son-in-law said to go on early so it gives people a chance to link in, because I think it's easier actually to connect the link if I'm actually live already. I've been told, but I don't know because I don't know anything about anything technical whatsoever. I think it might be quite a quiet one this morning. Seeing as it's bank holiday, people are probably out and about and going for a cycle. Oh, nothing on Mary's Road either. That's a shame. I know a lot of people seem to have gone. I think a friend of ours, June, said that they're going to have a street party in their front garden, so they're still keeping a safe distance away from each other. But at least they're going to celebrate a little bit, which is quite a good idea. We will have a great big party when this is over. Okie doke. We've got a few more people that have joined us. Give it a couple more minutes and then we'll make a start. Anybody wants to pop up and say hello? I think it depends the way you link in, whether you can actually put anything on the live chat. I think if you're watching with other people, I think it's you're not able to do it. So we'll see how we go. A few more people coming on now, so that's great. Good thing with this is you can listen to it any time. And I do apologise, those of you that listen later, about me waffling in the beginning, but at least you can whiz it forward and miss that bit out and just get the meditation. I'm going to do a meditation today that I was given last week. And we'll see how we go with that. Okay, so I'm going to make a start now. If anybody joins us, then great. So what I want you to do, I want you to sit comfortably. I want you to relax. Close your eyes. Okay, so we're unstable again. Just bear with me, and I will keep carrying on. If it says we're unstable, I might go quiet for a little while so that you don't miss it. But I'm going to do my best this end, okay? So just sit. Hi, Kim. Morning. Just sit and relax. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths in and out, and in and out. Relax your arms. Relax your legs. Let any tension in your neck just drift away. Give your head and the shoulders a little stretch and a wiggle. Any thoughts that come into your mind, just let them go. Let them drift away. This is going to be a time for you, a time for peace, a time for quiet. I want you to visualize that beautiful white light coming up through your legs, through your feet, through your ankles, up past your shins and your knees into your thighs, going up through your torso, into your chest area, going down through your arms, into your hands. Watch as that white light goes into your head. And feel that white light, that pure white light going deep down into your heart, making you feel loved, making you feel calm, making you feel relaxed and peaceful. Any feelings of any negativity just drift in and out. Let them just go. Relax your mind. This is going to be a special time for you. A time for you to have calm and peace and tranquility. Take a couple of more deep breaths in and out, in and out. Today, I want you to visualize yourself on the seashore. The sea is out and the sun is beginning to come up. The sun is starting to come up. And in the distance, you can see the sun beginning to rise. The sand is wet beneath your feet. Watch as your feet sink gently into the sand, making footprints. You can feel the cold of the sand on your feet. The sea's not too far out, but just enough that you can walk along the beach in the wet sand. And as you do, you can see the gathering of rocks, very big rocks. I want you to walk towards those rocks. Notice your footprints as you walk along. It's very relaxing. You can feel a slight breeze on your face. It's not hot, it's just warm. The sun is beautiful. And the sun's coming up. It's the most golden colour. It's wonderful. Carry on walking towards the rocks. Notice how big they are, how they glisten, even though it's not sunny. Notice how they glisten. I want you to walk towards them. It's quite safe for you to climb on them. You won't slip. They're not slippery, so don't be afraid of falling. I want you to just step up on them and walk around on the rocks. And as you look down, you can see the water, little pools of water between each rock. There's seaweed, there's tiny fish, there's little crabs, lots of different shells in. Just sit down and watch as the little fish swim around. Watch as the fish swim in the water. And as the little crabs just crawl along. They're not going to come out of the water. They're not going to bite your toes. You don't have to be worried. Just sit and enjoy watching them. There may be some shells stuck to the rocks. You might want to feel what the rocks feel like. They feel smooth. They feel a little bit rough. How do they feel to you? Have a little walk around. Might even be an empty pool where you can just sit and put your feet in the water. Let the cool water just flow over your feet. Have a little splash if you want. Enjoy the feeling of the freshness of that water. Don't have to worry about the tide coming in. The tide isn't going to come in at all, not for a long time yet. Enjoy being on those rocks and have a walk around. But as you walk, there's one large rock in the middle, and I want you to walk up and stand on that very big rock. And there might be a word engraved on that rock. It might be written on the rock in shells. Have a look and see what that word is. That word is for you. It might be to help you with your development, to help you with anxiety, just to help you in general. It might mean something special to you. But just have a look and see what that word is. Take on board. Remember that word. Now, what I want you to do now may sound very strange. You're on your own. There's no one around. You're totally safe. You can look behind you on the beach. There's nobody to be seen. Okay? Now, I want you to think of all the things at the moment that are giving you anxiety, that are worrying you, that are frightening you. Things that you want to get rid of. And when I say go, to shout with your voice. Just yell and get rid of any negative energies, any worries, any problems. We're just going to scream it out. You may think this is mad, but it's going to make you feel wonderful afterwards. Right. So have a think. All what you want to get rid of. Think of all that tension in your body, all that anxiety, all that negativity, all that anger with things that are going on, all the stress you're feeling. And ready, steady, scream. Give it a good go. Scream again if you want. Just shout and yell and let it all out. Let everything out. Nobody can hear you. You're not going to look stupid. It doesn't matter. Just get rid of all of that tension and just let it out. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. How do you feel now? A bit dopey, I expect, but I'm sure you feel a lot better. You feel freer. You feel as though a weight's been lifted. You feel more energized now. Good. So we're going to continue our journey. Now, as you step over the rocks, and you're quite safe, you're not going to fall into the water or anything. You can walk through the water, through the pools if you want, or you can just walk on the rocks. But in front of you, you see a large cave entrance. I want you to start to walk towards the cave. The sea's still a long way out and you're quite safe. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be worried. Just walk along those rocks until you come to the cave entrance. It's a massive entrance and it looks quite daunting. Don't be worried. I want you to walk into the entrance of the cave. And as you do so, look around the walls. Notice on the walls there are so many different shells of different shapes, different colours, different sizes. Every shell you could imagine is on the walls of this cave. Touch them. See what they feel like. Notice all the beautiful colours. Even though you're in a cave, it's still quite light. There are some cracks in the walls of the cave that are letting light in. You know that feeling? You're feeling very safe. You can smell the seaweed. You can smell salt water as you enter this cave. Because when the tide's in, this cave does fill up with water. The tide's not going to be beneath your feet as you go in the cave. Notice just how it tickles between your toes. Keep walking into the cave. It gets slightly smaller, but don't worry. I want you to keep walking along the cave. And as you do so, the floor is covered now in pebbles, but soft pebbles. Pebbles that tickle your feet as you walk along. It's not slippery. And as you go deeper into the cave, you notice now there are so many sparkling crystals on the walls. All different sorts of crystals glistening. You feel very safe in this cave. And you can hear water running. In the distance, you can hear the trickling of water. And I want you to walk towards the sound of this water. And as you go deeper into the cave, don't be afraid. because there's a small waterfall. And in this cave, inside this cave is an underground river. The water is the most beautiful greeny blue colour you've ever seen. It's so clear you can see right to the bottom. It's not very deep. Just spend time. You can touch the water if you want. Feel how refreshingly cool it feels. And as you're standing there, a small round wooden tub-like boat comes along and stops in front of you. I want you to step into the boat. It doesn't wobble. It's quite sturdy. It's quite safe as you get in. Just get into this round boat and sit down. Very soon, the boat will start moving. Why don't you put your hand in the water as the boat starts to move along? Feel how refreshing it is. Feel the healing energy in that water. And it's invigorating. Enjoy the feeling of that cold water on your hands as you just drift along. Look around you. See the sparkling walls. You might see water on the walls of the cave. You might see stalactites and stalagmites. Notice what you see as you go through. Enjoy just floating. Enjoy just drifting. And as you drift along, the boat stops in a very, very large rocky space. And as it stops, you notice in the distance, you can see somebody slightly deeper in the cave walking towards you. They've got their arms out towards you, as if to welcome you. Watch as they get closer. Do you recognise them? Is it somebody you've seen before? It could be a loved one, it may be a guide, it may be a helper. Maybe somebody you don't recognise at all. But watch as they walk towards you. And as they walk towards you, their arms are open wide. And as they get towards you, they give you the biggest hug you've ever had. Notice how tight their arms feel around you. Notice you might feel a bit emotional. That's fine. If you feel emotional, then let the tears flow. They're healing tears. This is a happy time. You can really feel their presence. You can feel their body. And you can feel them holding on to you. So I'm going to leave you to have a few words, to speak to this person, to ask them some questions, anything that may be important to you. Enjoy your time with them. Enjoy being with them. And just spend a quiet few moments. Enjoy their presence. Feel their love. Feel the comfort of their arms. They may have a gift for you. Know that this person is there watching over you, looking after you, and you are never alone. And it's time for you to leave the rock. When you get this person, your loved one, your guide, your helpers can get in the boat with you, and you can carry on spending time chatting as a little round tugboat drifts back along the beautiful river. You feel so refreshed, you feel so cleansed from the water in this river. If there's nobody with you, then that's fine too. Enjoy that peace, that quiet, this time of relaxation. The boat gently comes to a stop, and it's time for you to get out to say goodbye. Step out onto the rocks and watch as the small wooden tugboat just drifts away and gets smaller and smaller. Wave goodbye to your loved one, your helper, your guide. But know they're always there. You can speak to them whenever you want. Watch as they get smaller and smaller until they disappear. Now it's time for us to walk back through the cave. Feel the pebbles beneath your feet. Look at all the wonderful crystals either side and roll over the ceiling of the cave. Come back through the cave. You see the bigger cave ahead of you. As you walk into the bigger cave, you can feel the dry sand beneath your feet. Shells are all over the walls of the cave. A couple might have fallen off. And you could take them with you if you wish to. You can smell the sea air. You can smell the seaweed. There's a small pool of water. And when you look in the water, at the bottom of the water, loads and loads of crystals, all separated. There's rose quartz, aventurine, tourmaline, turquoise, amethyst, clear crystals, all types of crystals you could imagine. And I want you to put your hand into the pool and see which crystal you're drawn to. And this crystal is for you to take back with you. This is going to give you importance in your life. It's going to help you. It's going to have a meaning. Look at your crystal, see what it is. You might recognize it, you might not. I want you to take your crystal with you as you walk back out of the cave, back over the rocks, past all the little fish and the crabs and the seaweed. The sun's coming up. It's getting brighter. The sea's coming a little bit, but not that far yet. Walk across all the rocks. You won't slip. You're quite safe. And step back down into the wet. And as you step down into the sand, you can see your footprints in the wet sand. You can see your footprints in the wet sand in front of you. And I want you to start to walk back through those footprints. In fact, I want you to skip. It doesn't matter whether you've got any physical ailments now. On this beach, they've gone. But I want you to skip back along the wet sand of that beach, feeling energized, feeling uplifted. All your anxiety gone, all your worries gone. Notice how happy you feel, how joyful you feel, how you feel like you did when you were a child. No worries, no cares in the world as you skip along that beach. Follow those footsteps and carry on back to where you started your journey. And when you've reached the end of the footprints, I want you to turn round, back where you've walked. And notice instead of one set of footprints, there are two. Know that this is your loved one, your guide, your helper from the spirit world, is walking with you. You're never alone. You're safe and you're protected. You've come to the end of our journey, and I want you to push your feet deep into that sand. I want you to feel your bottom on your seat of your chair at home, with your bottom a wiggle around, nice and secure. Push your feet deep into the ground, into your carpet, into your laminate floor, knowing that you feel safe and you feel grounded. And when you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. I hope you enjoyed your little journey this morning. Now, as far as the crystal's concerned that you were brought back with you, those of you that were able to bring a crystal back, I don't know a terrible amount about crystals, but I want you, if you can, to have a look and see if you can look up what your crystal means. And I'm sure this is going to have a very in-depth meaning for you at this moment in time. It might answer some questions for you. It might give you comfort. But find out what that crystal means to you, because it's important, and it wasn't by chance that you picked that crystal. Now, I hope you've enjoyed your meditation. I'm going to ask those of you that know how to close down to close yourselves down. I will do a little visualization for those of you that aren't sure how to do it. So if I just ask you once again just to close your eyes, feel your feet firmly on the ground, and I want you to visualize your purple third eye in the middle of your forehead. I want you to close your eyes and turn that light off. Visualize it as a light, a purple light, and turn that light off. I want you to then go down to your throat chakra, your blue chakra. Visualize that as a blue light and turn that light off. Down to your green heart chakra in your heart area. Visualize that light and turn that green light off. Down to your yellow solar plexus in your tummy area where you get all your gut feelings. Turn that yellow light off. Down to our orange sacral chakra, which is below our tummy button. Visualize that orange light and turn that light off. And finally down to our red base chakra at the bottom of our spine. Turn that red light off. Now I just want you to go back and double check that your purple third eye light is off in the middle of your forehead. Your blue throat chakra light is off. Your green heart chakra light is off, your heart area. The yellow light of your solar plexus in your tummy area is off. The orange light of your solar plexus just below your tummy button is off. And the red light at the base of your spine is off. I want you to visualize the roots of a tree going from your hands and your feet deep down into the earth to put a cloak of protection around your shoulders and under your feet. Put that cloak of protection around your shoulders and under your feet. And finally, put a beautiful protective white light around you, knowing that you're safe and you're protected and you're fully grounded. Once again, I hope you enjoyed your meditation. I will be here and I'll be back, as Arnold would say, next Friday at 11:30 if you're interested. Please share the meditation with anybody that you feel it might help. I'm quite happy for you to do that. And have a lovely VE day. And I send you all my love. And God bless you all. Goodbye.